It's now about a week since I started my 1 hour local business AI study, where the basic pitch was, can I start a kind of bricks and mortar style local business that's generally going to have lower competition, be harder to overtake with AI, and in theory should be quite resistant to an AI-based future? I think most experts say we're still a good 5 to 10 years off from serious trouble, but at the same time I'd love to have some insurance policies put in place just in case over the next 3 years we see radical shifts in how digital marketing operates. So my basic pitch was, could I find a good opportunity for a kind of low-skilled job which basically anyone could do with the right training, and basically function as a middleman, sourcing leads from Google and fulfilling those leads by hiring the right staff. And my first step was creating a website in about an hour, plain ChatGPT content enhanced with Surfer entities. So can I rank this page, and then can I get a local Google business listing and then rank that separately on the Google Map pack? So we started off with this optimized AI content on the homepage because we are trying to target cleaners Enfield with our exact match domain. And to do that, we then started doing basic off-page using citations and a press release. These are just good, easy, cheap foundation links. So there's loads of theories out there. I mean, countless theories about link building. But in terms of these kinds of links, the theories basically go that, number one, Google does actually still value a sheer volume of referring domains. I always talk about high quality backlinks, but there's still plenty of SEOs out there just talking about referring domains as a single volume metric, where basically the more referring domains you have, the better. So press releases and citations are really good for that. And the other thing is link diversity, where basically as a new website, you can't really go out and build hundreds of outreach link placements really quickly because that obviously looks suspicious. But as a new business, of course, you can do a press release. Of course, you're going to start popping up in local business directories. So I've got several hundred links out of this, none of which are remotely suspicious to Google. Most of them are no follow, but we don't really care about that. So today I basically want to go through these services I've used and share the results. So if we start with the citations, I got the large citation package, so $175, and that was 135 placements. Now on the 5th of March, I placed the order and they said our current turnaround time is 14 working days, excluding weekends. Well, it's now the 9th of March and they completed the order. And 9th of March was actually Saturday, so it was a weekend. And so they actually completed the order within 4 days. So very good. I mean, I can't imagine a local cleaning business in the UK is going to be that difficult to fulfill. But now we have this spreadsheet we can go through. So we have our generic ones. We do have some good niche relevant ones. So Cleaning Institute Directory. Let me just zoom in on this. So Cleaning Institute Directory, My Cleaning Bid, Cleaning Directories, house.co.uk, contractgateway.com, and then we have local ones just for London, londonsearch.co.uk, and this is on top of a good volume of generic ones. So when you see citations, you can use tools like Fiverr, things like that. They really are just these low quality business directories. We're not worried about quality here, voucher code sites, things like that. So now what we can basically do is just copy all these, and now we can open an Ahrefs batch analysis, which means we can basically look at all these links at once, and they're all going to be pretty high DR because they're big established websites that have been around for a long time. So if I open one of these up, we've got fridayad.co.uk, so it's got my logo, it's got my name, it's got the description. That description has been spun, so it's a little bit unique, and then the address and website are just below, so we can see the link there. That's almost certainly going to be a no follow link. Maybe not. In inspect, I'm not actually... there we go. There's the no follow tag. So that's meant to be a signal to Google to basically disregard this link and not give it any credit. But Google's basically got no choice. When directories and news websites start no following links, then those are the kind of links that Google actually wants to use in its rankings. So there's always going to be some power from no follow links. And that's all we're really doing here is we're going for volume. So let's sort by DR. And you can see the vast majority of these sites, loads of traffic, loads of links. So we've got very high DRs. And yes, they're no follow, but we've got nearly 200 of them. As we go further down, these have got much less traffic and indeed much lower DR, but that's fine. So overall, that's a lot of power for $175. Not forgetting that all we really want a citation for is to have that business name, address and phone number referenced all around the internet, because that tells Google that this is a real business, which is great for the organic rankings, but it's also really important for the Google business profile ranking in the map pack. I'm actually going to hold off on the Google business profile because the biggest issue people struggle with is getting these verified. And there is one approach, one methodology, which basically says if you do your citations and then wait about a month to 6 weeks, then you can actually have a much easier verification process because Google's already indexed all those citations. If you come along and claim that Google business profile, then it can see straight away you're this business that it already knows about. So supposedly you can just get an email verification or something much easier than, say, a video verification where you've actually got to show your business premises on a live video call. So in about a month, we'll be able to do a case study on that to see if I can get it to work in this case. Next up, I issued a press release. This only cost me about $40 because I buy in bulk, but otherwise you normally get them for about $100. Now, crucially, we can see the big ones like AP News and a lot of US news wires like Fox. Now, all these logos look really good, but in terms of assessing the actual power, we want to open up the spreadsheet version. So we can see that at the top where it says view tracking links in CSV. So then we can just copy all of these. So 291 sites in total. This actually goes beyond the Ahrefs batch analysis of 200 links, but hopefully we should just be able to pick up the first 200 to get an idea. So there we go, it says the first 200 domains have been analysed. So again, let's just sort by DR, nice and easy. So of course we've got Twitter and Google, we don't really care about those. It's a bit cheeky, these press release distributors list Google results as being one of the distributions, but the point is you're being distributed to Google News websites, which therefore means your release will rank on Google. So if we have a look at the Google one, we can see that press release repeated over and over again. So if we ignore all those search engines, we've got AP News 91, then EIN News has got all its own subdomains, so we can ignore a lot of those. But then we get into the interesting ones. So ktla.com, DR of 82, WFLA.com, Fox 59, ABC4, loads of different individual Fox websites, CBS, wavy.com. And what you'll find is the further you go, you get away from the more mainstream news wires and more into these kind of niche websites like smallbusinesswatch.com, American News Observer. These look really good and impressive, but they're not actually very powerful domains, but that's fine. We're getting them very cheaply, so I'm not worried about that. This is still a pretty good link. So again, this is all just more power to our site. But again, almost certainly no follow, but we don't really care. Yeah, rel external no follow. That's not a problem. So again, nearly 300 good foundation links for about $50 in my case. But even at $100, it's still a bargain. Now, what this also means is when you actually start building high quality outreach links, such as we provide in the agency, it no longer looks suspicious. If you start building 10, 20 links per month, which is actually quite a high volume for a new website, it's mixed in amongst all these normal natural links. So it actually gives you a lot of protection in that case. So everything that Google sees here is just a legitimate business launch. There is nothing suspicious about this. Now, if we go to Ahrefs, it will take a while for all these links to actually filter through and be indexed by Ahrefs, but we can see those start to come through. So in this case, mold remediation hotline, only a DR of 0.7, so not much power there, but it's something. And actually it appears to be a do follow link in this case. But if we sort by first seen, we can see that was first seen just a couple of days ago. And again, that's our press release showing up there. So as we go through here, we should see a mix of both the business directories, so the citations, and also the press release. So then from here, we basically just want to throw everything we can at it, starting fairly small and safe. So I'd probably say 5 to 10 links a month to be sure. So that'll be outreach-based high quality links, a mix of guest posting and link insertions. And if you think you do have a good hook for some digital PR, we can also work on that as well. So it's only a small case study for me at the moment, but a lot of this I should be able to outsource to my team. So if that does free up some creative space where I can then think of a good hook for a potential digital PR campaign, that could be really exciting. If we come up with some data, some sort of pitch, some sort of newsworthy story where we can pitch that out to journalists, and we might actually be able to get some powerful backlinks that way, in addition to the high quality, more targeted backlinks we get from the outreach, where there'll be do follow links, they'll have the optimized anchor text, so the actual text of the link will be more tailored towards our specific anchor text profile that we're aiming for in order to rank. And those guest posts we write are actually optimized with Surfer, so the contextual relevance of that link is actually much more powerful as well. So even though digital PR is great, there are many reasons I actually prefer outreach-based link building. Ultimately, we want all the strategies we can to get maximum power and quality into this website.